So I'm currently shopping for a DVD copy of the Wes Craven movie Cursed from 2005, specifically the unrated version. Don't ask why. It's not, don't worry about it. But anyway, I started looking at the Amazon reviews for this DVD and I thought they were really funny, so I wanted to share them with you. First of all, in the product description, it has all these little review blurbs, and these are pretty funny in the context of, like, if you've seen this movie. Hands down, chopped off or eaten off, the scariest horror movie you'll see all year. I'm sorry, Brian Blaychak from MovieWeb.com, you are crazy. I think the only way for Cursed to be the scariest horror movie you see all year is if it's also the only horror movie you see all year. Maybe just the only movie. I feel like there are dramas that are scarier than Cursed. It's also funny that, like, none of these quotes are from, like, Variety, The Guardian, It's Coming Soon.net, MovieWeb.com, JoeBlow.com, Uggo.com, maybe it's UGO, AintItCoolNews.com by Moriarty, like the Sherlock Holmes villain. Anyway, let's check out the reviews. Good acting and good special effects. What more can you ask for? Clay says, very good mover. Cursed, anything but. I recently watched Cursed, and I must say it left me wondering, why does this movie engender so much hate? Wow, Bugman over here with the vocab. As advertised, no scratches, plays, and no issues. Good horror movie, low political content. Just a good old-fashioned movie for Halloween. Good interpersonal humor, very little political correctness crap. He's right, the only thing worse than a werewolf is a woke werewolf. What kind of horror movies is he watching? Like, are there any werewolf movies where the werewolves, like, turn to the camera and say, I love critical race theory? Chelsea says, one of my favorite movies. I have loved the movie Cursed since it came out. It was a movie I used to watch at my best friend's house during our girls' night while eating Ben & Jerry's half-baked ice cream. I grew up watching Christina Ricci and Joshua Jackson movies, and I remember being so excited to watch them together in this movie when it first came out. One of my favorite bands, Bowling for Soup, also make a cameo in Cursed, which always makes me giggle every time I see them in it because I know how fun they are to watch live. For years I looked for this movie on Blu-ray because I needed it for my horror movie collection and could never find it. I settled for watching it on TV when it occasionally aired over the years for Halloween. Needless to say, I was excited when I was alerted to the pre-order for this and quickly bought it. It's just as fun as I remember it being. Wow, what a sweet review. At the end of Jay Munyon's review, they say, the movie would have been better with some female nudity. A good horror film is rated R for female nudity, violence, gore, and filthy language. This film barely delivers at the PG-13 level for violence or gore, and there isn't any female nudity. One person found this helpful. Angela Sylvester says, I still don't like all the CGI in this. I still don't like all the CGI in this. Fair enough, Angela. The near end of the movie was hilarious. Some parts were pretty good. Almost every female whose face appeared in this film was a smoking hot hottie. You know, not every thought has to be shared with the world. Fairly good horror movie. Fairly good. The monster okay for that era before computers. A young Jesse Eisenberg tries to figure out why an animal bite is causing him to suddenly have great athletic abilities. His sister was also bitten. Who is the werewolf? Can they reverse the curse by killing him? Why is he interested in them? Geared for teenager viewers at a drive-in. It's okay, but not great. Why are you yelling? What an awesome movie with the extended cut version. It shows how they made this movie, and it shows a lot more scenes in this movie which they never showed on the on-demand cable that I have. Christina Ricci is hot and sexy in this movie along with the other women in this movie. Lance Birmingham says, satisfied. It's decent. Ooh, Matthew Davidson has an interesting one. He says, werewolves support this film. Well, as I am indeed an actual werewolf, I liked this movie. I found it to treat the subject of werewolves with respect while maintaining the dignity and resourcefulness of the prey, Richie and her on-screen brother. I especially liked the car scene where the girl is cut in half. It was very surreal and attention-grabbing. The whole silver thing is a bit outdated since everyone knows we can only be killed by fire or decapitation, but all in all, not a bad attempt by you humans. Good luck actually using anything in this movie to protect you from an actual werewolf though, LOL. I know he's just like being precious, but wouldn't it be funny if that were an actual werewolf and that's like the only way we've ever seen werewolves interact with us? Oscar says, movie. It could have been better. Carol says, good for Halloween. It was okay for Halloween, but I wouldn't buy it. But Carol, you did buy it. Beat Call says, Christina Ricci. This is a great scary movie with Christina Ricci in it. Yeah, good movie. It's a pretty good movie. The special effects are good. I'm a fan of werewolf movies, so yeah, way better than the original Howling. What the hell are you talking about, Peter? Tommy D says, funny movie. This movie is not all great, but it's a watcher for some good scenes. Like Scott Baio, love him in this, shows how much of a non-actor he is and greedy. Joni Loves Chachi was done just for the money. I think that is the show that ruined my childhood, lol. Interesting approach to focus on the Scott Baio element of Cursed. Love this movie. When I bought it was regular DVD, and now I can watch on every device, which is what I needed because we can play and not incur any data charges. I mean, that's not really a review of the movie, but fair enough. The Hobstacle says, good light horror. Pretty good werewolf flick. Some humor, minimal suspense. Overall, well worth the money to rent. Lighter movie horror-wise. I love how they formatted this like it's a poem. Do you think anybody leaves like haiku Amazon reviews? That would be fun. Watched before. To Cats 2 was great. I couldn't wait to have it for myself. To camera was welly set. If only Joshua Jackson's character was ain't perhaps the main werewolf, or maybe they should have did a fight sequence between Jake and Joni. Are you okay? Are you having a medical emergency? Chris says, I've enjoyed this movie. This media hasn't captions. I thought it was an American law in order that all media produced in America must be captions or subtitle. By the way, I've enjoyed this movie. Regards. First of all, that one also sounds like it's a poem, but he's right, it should have captions. Oh my gosh, Tim G says, DVD was blank. I was very disappointed when I received my DVD. I didn't even open it. I figured I had it in my collection to watch at my leisure, but to my absolute disappointment, when I did open it and was going to watch it, the movie did not play. I think it's sad that I paid for a movie that I never received. A blank DVD. Thanks, Amazon, for keeping track of my purchases since I didn't even remember when I had bought it. I will be reporting this incident and see if anything can be resolved by the seller. Wow, imagine ordering a DVD and it's just blank. Honestly, they maybe did you a solid by giving you a blank DVD instead of the DVD for Cursed. Well, I think I'm gonna buy it.